Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Vishal from Maharaja Agar Sen University, Badi, Himachal Pradesh. Today we are going to discuss about the module Significance and Role of Small Scale Industries under the paper Entrepreneurship Development and Project Management. After completing this module, students, you will be able to understand the concept of small scale enterprises, know the distinction between micro, small, and medium enterprises, understand the characteristics and significance of small scale enterprises, and understand the contributions or role of small scale industries in the economic development. Students, small scale sector occupies an important position in the industrial structure of our country. In a country like India, wherein one hand there is the acute problem of unemployment and on the other hand scarcity of resources. Therefore, in such circumstances, only the small scale sector is best suited to cater the needs of new entrepreneurs. Small scale industries play an important role in creation of employment with low capital investment. Thus, small scale industries play an important role in the development of the economy of the nation. The small scale sector contributes around 40% to the total exports of the country. Therefore, it plays an important role in the development of Indian economy. In terms of value added, it contributes to about 40% of the manufacturing sector and 80% of industrial production is from this sector. The role of small scale industries is one of the important features of the planned economic development of India. In India, this sector has been assigned with a significant role in the industrialization and economic development of the country and subserving the national objective of growth with justice. Its crucial role has been increasingly recognized as a solution for the country's problems of scarce capital, widespread unemployment, regional imbalances of industrial development, inequitable distribution of national income, etc.
Definition of small scale enterprises. The definition of small scale enterprises is defined in different ways depending on country's pattern and stage of development, policy aims, and administration setup. An SSE can be defined as a privately owned and operated business unit that is composed of small number of employees and has relatively low turnover. In words of TNEC, small enterprises are those in which the management lies in the hands of one or two people who are responsible for major decisions. This definition draws a critical management feature of SSE in which one or two people bear the responsibility of many functions, which is generally distributed among several people in a large scale enterprise. This characteristic is evident in many SSEs. SSE is defined differently in different countries. depending on their economies. For example, an SSE in the US may be a large scale enterprise in India. SSE can be classified on the basis of number of employees, capital, invested turnover, and type of business. For example, in African nations, a business unit is considered to be an SSE if it employs 5 to 50 people. On the other hand, in Asian countries, it is between 30 and 100, whereas in the US, it is any number less than 500. SSEs plays a significant role in creating employment, utilizing resources, generating income, which in turn helps in the economic development of the country.
In India, small scale industry or small scale sector lies between the organized sector represented by large scale industries and the unorganized sector of widely dispersed cottage industries. Small scale sector is defined in terms of certain criteria such as investment ceiling on the original value of the installed plant and machinery, number of workers employed, use of power, plant capacity, and volume of output. The most acceptable criteria of defining the small scale sector in India is the ceilings on investment in plant and machinery. The small scale sector includes the following undertakings or enterprises.
Small scale undertaking. It refers to an industrial undertaking in which the investment in capital assets such as plant, industrial equipments, machinery, etc., whether it is acquired or taken on lease or hired by purchase, does not exceed rupees 1 crore. If the industrial undertaking exports 30% of its annual production by the end of third year from the date of its commencing production, then the limit of investment in fixed assets in plant and machinery is rupees 5 crores. Ancillary industrial undertaking. It refers to an industrial undertaking that deals with the production of small equipments or spare parts, components and toolkits, or the rendering of services. An ancillary industry undertaking needs to provide at least 50% of its products and services to other undertaking. It is important to note that investment of an ancillary industrial undertaking in a fixed assets should not exceed rupees 1 crore. Micro or tiny enterprise refers to an enterprise in which investment limit in plant and machinery is rupees 25 lakhs, irrespective of the location of the unit.
The third one is follow up. To ensure the successful implementation of the plans, proper monitoring and follow up of the project activities is required. It will not only expedite the functioning of the project, rather help the organization to make things move. Once the things start moving, they do not necessarily move in the planned way. So for the timely completion of the project, follow-up is essential on day-to-day basis. Follow-up can be done through proper information system, reporting, review of the progress, and finding reasons for variance in actual and standard performance. It identifies the steps required to accelerate progress and fixes the responsibility for taking these steps.
Distinguish between micro, small, and medium enterprises. In India, enterprises are broadly grouped into two categories, namely manufacturing enterprises and service enterprises. These two categories of enterprises are explained as follows. Manufacturing enterprises. Manufacturing enterprises refers to enterprises engaged in the production of goods such as textiles, coir items, chemicals, and beauty products. Service enterprises refers to the enterprises involved in providing or rendering of services such as tailoring, dry cleaning, and desktop publishing. According to the provision of Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises Development (MSMED) Act of 2006, the aforementioned two categories are further classified into MSMEs on the basis of amount invested on plant and machinery and on equipment. The difference between MSMEs on the basis of investment ceilings is in the given table. The table shows the difference between micro, small, and medium enterprises on the basis of investment and plant machinery. In manufacturing sector and investment in equipment in service sector. Those are micro enterprises which invest in plant and machinery up to rupees 25 lakhs and up to rupees 10 lakh in case of investment in equipment in the service sector. For small enterprises, this ceiling limit is more than rupees 25 lakhs but doesn't exceed 5 crore and more than rupees 10 lakh but doesn't exceed rupees 2 crores respectively. For medium enterprises, this ceiling limit applicable for plant and machinery is more than rupees 5 crores but does not exceed rupees 10 crores. And in case of investment in equipment in service sector, the applicable limit is more than rupees 2 crore but doesn't exceed rupees 5 crore. Characteristics and significance of small scale enterprises. As discussed earlier, SSEs play a significant role in economic development of a nation. Following are the characteristics of an SSE. Labor intensive. SSEs provide employment opportunities to individuals in urban and rural areas, which in turn enhances the economic position of the country. Flexibility implies that SSEs adapt themselves as per dynamic industrial environment. Innovative SSEs use new and innovative techniques, materials, methods of production, new markets, sources of materials, and even new forms of organizations such as sole proprietorship, partnership, and cooperatives. Decentralization. SSEs facilitate a balanced growth of the economy as a whole due to dispersal of industries. Outlet of entrepreneurial spirit. It represents the enthusiasm, persistence, and creativity of an individual who establishes an enterprise.
The significance and relevance of SSEs are discussed as below. Utilize locally available human and material resources and expertise or experience. Create jobs at relatively low cost. Improve the lifestyle and living standard of people. Diversify the industrial structure. Help in increasing the national productivity. Contribute approximately 35 to 40% of export. Prevent the creation of monopoly. Ensure more equitable income distribution. Attract and utilize indigenous entrepreneurship and encourage women entrepreneurs particularly. Develop a pool of skilled and semi-skilled workers as a basis for future industrial expansion. Prevents regional imbalances by their presence in backward, rural, and the exterior most part of the country. Adapt appropriate technological managerial approaches optimally. Facilitate a favorable balance of trade and role of small scale enterprise in economic development.
SSEs constitute a vital and decisive segment of small scale sector. They account for 40% in the manufacturing sector and contributes approximately 35% of the total direct exports. SSEs play a crucial role in employment generation, resource utilization, income generation due to their unique economical and organizational characteristics, which in turn help in the economic development of a country. In India, the emphasis is given to the development of SSCs. Therefore, the government formulates several policies and programs to promote SSCs. Contribution or the role of SSCs in the economic development. The contribution of SSCs is explained as follows. Employment generation. SSCs made a significant contribution in employment generation and rural industrialization due to their high labor intensive nature. Thus, the employment growth rate of SSI is higher than that of the large sector. High productivity. It refers to the fact that SSCs with the lower level of investment tend to achieve a higher productivity of capital than large scale enterprises. It has been estimated that an investment of rupees 1 lakh in fixed assets in small scale sector produces 4.62 lakhs worth of goods or services, which are an approximate value addition of 10% to the total investment. Due to this unique characteristic, SSE contribute to the national productivity. Poverty alleviation. SSEs contribute in mitigating poverty by providing employment opportunities to people in urban and rural areas. SSEs create a large number of job opportunities and are focused on utilizing the traditional skills and knowledge of individuals along with advanced technologies, capital, and innovative marketing practices. According to a study conducted by World Bank, small to medium enterprises sponsor projects with a noticeably higher proportion of unskilled workers in comparison to medium to large enterprises. SSCs provide job opportunities to even those individuals who are overlooked by large or modern enterprises, which directly help in alleviating poverty. Better utilization of local resources. SSEs make the efficient use of locally available resources, whereas large scale enterprises usually have a great propensity to import raw materials and capital goods. For example, SSEs are usually focused on fulfilling the demand of domestic market while using the local resources such as land, labor, and raw materials. Moreover, SSCs are labor intensive in nature and make the efficient use of labor. The labor intensive techniques in large enterprises usually pose special difficulties such as labor union demands or government regulations, which rarely create problem for SSCs. Therefore, SSCs are better able to use indigenous resources than large enterprises. Tapping of savings. SSCs generally have a potential of saving a large portion of their income. The empirical evidence shows that small scale entrepreneurs are motivated to save for future investment purposes. By reserving a good proportion of their income, small scale entrepreneurs can ensure their strong base and secured existence. This also helps in reducing the dependence of small scale entrepreneurs on institutional sources of financing. Utilization of domestic technology. It implies that SSEs are more likely to use relatively simple, general purpose machinery that is often obsolete as per the standards of developed countries. Such machines are usually manufactured locally in small machine shops. In this way, the local industries involved in producing machinery and equipment and the local repair shops become closely familiar with the SSE's machinery and equipment requirements. Thus, SSEs promote machine building and adaptive capability evolution by using simple, less efficient, or elegant machines.
Regional balance and rural development. Small scale enterprises contribute in maintaining a regional balance and the development of rural areas to a large extent. In developing countries, industry is generally highly concentrated in few places, resulting in regional imbalances and migration of people from rural areas and small towns. SSEs, due to their locational flexibility, require less infrastructure facilities and usually serve to a narrower geographical market, which results in maintaining the regional balance of the country. The relatively labor intensive technology of small scale enterprises is appropriate for the lower wage rates prevailing outside metropolitans that are small and medium towns and rural areas. This helps in the development and progress of small and medium towns and rural areas. Apart from this, underemployment is the major problem in rural areas due to slack agricultural seasons, resulting in depressed rural incomes and increased migration of people to cities. Generally, small scale enterprises involved in agricultural processing business create employment in rural areas. Other small scale involvements in rural areas include blacksmithing, brickmaking, tailoring, carpentry, and furniture making.
Export contribution. The number of small scale undertakings involved in export is more than 5,000. The overall contribution of SSEs to the total export of India is approximately 35%. The direct export channel of SSEs includes merchant exporters, trading and export houses, and export orders of parts and components that are used in finished exportable goods by large scale units. The major items of export by SSCs are low skill labor intensive goods such as ready made garments, leather products, gems and jewelry items, sports and plastic goods, chemicals, and processed food. Contribution to decentralization. SSCs prevent the concentration of power in few hands and ensure equitable distribution of wealth. It is evident that a number of SSCs are located in rural areas. On the other hand, large-scale industrialists take interest in locating the industries only in urban centers, which results in the accumulation of wealth in certain areas only. Complementary to large-scale industries. It signifies that SSCs produce various types of components such as spare parts, tools, and accessories which are required by the large scale industries. In addition, SSCs also help in distributing the goods produced by large scale industries. In this way, SSCs are complementary to large scale industries. Small scale enterprises in Indian environment. India has experienced noteworthy growth of SSCs post independence. SSCs have played an important role in the creation of employment opportunities in urban and rural areas. In addition, they have contributed to the export growth of India to a large extent. In this way, SSEs have helped in the economic development of India by increasing the national income. Small scale sector includes a wide spectrum of industries categorized under small, tiny, and cottage industries, ranging from craftsmanship, ancillary undertakings, EOUs, women run enterprises, and SSSBEs to modern productive units with large investments. The emerging needs of the small sector, such as protection against large scale industries and foreign competition, have forced the Indian government to revise the investment ceilings for this sector. The current revision in the investment ceilings for plant and machinery for SSCs is Rs 1 crore, and for service related industrial enterprises it is up to 10 lakhs. The main objectives of this revision is to enhance the growth of SSCs in the private sector, promote technological upgradation, improve the quality of existing SSCs, and boost exports. In India, Small scale can be further subdivided into two categories, namely traditional sector and modern sector. A significant number of SSCs in the traditional small scale sector are located in rural belt as well as in urban areas. The traditional small scale sector includes khadi, village industries, handlooms, handicrafts, sericulture, and coir industries. On the other hand, the modern small scale sector includes textile products, wood, furniture, paper and printing, metal products, chemicals, rubber and plastic products, electrical machinery, and transport equipment. In India, since the beginning of planning in 1950 to 1951, considerable efforts have been made to promote small scale sector as a part of national development plans. At the time of independence, agriculture was the main source of employment for people. But with increasing rate of population, it became impossible to employ everyone in the agricultural field. Even large-scale sector in India was unable to provide employment to a large number of people as the investment cost per job is usually high there. Thereby, the government has formulated several policies and schemes for the development of SSCs because of their labor intensive nature. Factors including small scale enterprises. An SSC can be successful if the environment in which it operates is conducive. There are several factors in the environment that affect the performance of an SSC. Some of the factors are as follows: political factors, economic factors, technological factors, and socio-cultural factors. Political factors. These imply that overall political environment of a country affects the performance of an SSC. An SSC needs constructive measures from the government and political bodies to establish and expand its business. These measures involve investment policies, creation of promotional agencies, industrial estates, and free trade zones, as well as availability of low cost loans for SSCs. Economic factors. These signify that an SSC should take into consideration the economic environment of the country. Analyzing the economic environment helps the SSC in making investment decisions, determining the market conditions, and forecasting. Technological factors refer to the fact that an SSC needs to adjust itself according to the changes in the technological environment. An SSC needs to introduce new technologies or update the existing technologies to keep pace with increasing competition. Socio-cultural factors play a crucial role in the success of an SSC. An SSC needs to fulfill the following conditions for its survival: accepting change in the society and culture, facilitating social mobility, tolerating profit making, tolerating private ownership. Apart from the aforementioned factors, a stable and well-developed institutional framework such as banks, insurance, and capital market is indispensable for the emergence and growth of SSCs. In the recent decades, the world economy has experienced an unexpected growth due to the emergence of SSCs. India is leading way to introduce entrepreneurship development programs to identify and utilize entrepreneurial talents of individuals from walks of life. Apart from this, entrepreneurship development programs are now being introduced in schools and colleges.
So, students, let's now summarize what we have learned in this module. In this module, we have learned about small scale industries and their importance in economic development. The module has mentioned differences among micro, small, and medium enterprises on the basis of investment ceilings. It has explained the characteristics and significance of SSIs. In addition, the module has discussed the condition of SSIs in Indian environment in detail. Further, it has detailed upon various political, economic, technological, and socio-cultural factors that influence SSIs. As small-scale industries play a significant role in the development of any country's economy, therefore, the role and contributions of SSIs is also discussed in this module. Small-scale industries can be successful if the environment in which they operate is conducive. There are several factors in the environment that affect the performance of an SSI. Some of the important factors are also explained in this module for better understanding of this topic. Thank you very much.